Welcome to C Sessions.
Diane Mapes. Diane is a stage 3? Stage 3 breast cancer patient, diagnosed about 8.5 years ago, excuse me. And she's also a writer at the Fred Hutch Cancer Research Center. And so when I was talking to some of my colleagues about creating this panel, Diane's name just kept coming up. And all I had to do was ask, and here she is. Diane, you can take it from there and let us share a little bit about how you were communicated with.
Well, I was not, I didn't have any background in cancer at all. I was working as a freelance journalist, and I had written about cancer a little bit, but I didn't have any background in it. So when I discovered, that I had a change in my breast, not a lump, a dent. I had something called lobular breast cancer. Doesn't show up on mammograms. I also had dense breasts. Dense breasts don't read very well with mammograms. So there was a lot of information that I learned in a short amount of time, and much of it was greatly disappointing to me because I thought, gee, it would have been nice if somebody would have communicated to me that dense breasts, you can't read them with mammograms necessarily, and lobular doesn't even make a lump. What's that about? I get the phone call from the radiologist who had performed the biopsy, and she says, Diane, I've got some news for you. All 4 of your biopsies were positive. And I went, oh, thank God, I don't have cancer. And then there was this long pause on the telephone. And then she had to tell me, no, positive is not good in cancer. You want it to be negative.
I was going to say positive is negative.
Yeah, positive is negative. So that was my introduction to the sort of topsy-turvy world of cancer communication. So there were terms that I would stumble on from the get-go. Terms that patients like me can't even pronounce. Mastectomy, that's difficult to say. Metastasis, also difficult to say, much more difficult to wrap your brain around if you're given that as a diagnosis. But there are these, $7 words that are used in healthcare. And even patients who have education, background, maybe even a background in health writing a little bit, it's still a forest of words that you have to cut your way through when you're diagnosed to even understand what your doctor is saying. The patient could be diagnosed with cancer and not even know they are diagnosed with cancer. So it's really key to communicate with simple words, clear language.
For more information, visit csessions.com.